you from your normal to level to become great human being. If we can do that, then we create a wonderful society. One single step of bhakti can completely convert the whole thing into the higher dimension. Many people think, how is it possible if I go on giving, will not the country or the society become poor? No. That the thing comes. Have you ever shown by giving you can bring such ideal social orders? No. Can you build such a Sampadipta Rashtra? Yes, we have done that. Vijayanagar Empire. In Andhra Pradesh, Vijayanagar Empire. People used to come from all over the world to India, to Vijayanagar. Why? Not to learn yoga, not to learn philosophy, but the richness, or the richest. Why people go to America? Not to learn mathematics or engineering or medicine. Money. Economic superpower. If I go there, I can earn a lot of money. Similarly, people used to come here. But today, what do you see when I go to the United States? No doubt you get the money. It's an economic superpower and the defense superpower. But what is happening? Drug culture, divorces on the increase, NCDs increase, and gun culture, drug culture, all increasing. Shooting down. Asuri sampath is so much prevalent in the whole thing, society. People are scared to live there. And guns are freely available. You can take that, then shoot. When I was there in 72, incident happened in where I was staying, in a place called Huntsville. There was a school. One classroom, 25 students. At 10 o'clock, when the school started, one of the students, he comes there, a very powerful gun he had bought. He comes and shoots all the 25 people, including the teacher. He was caught. And police asked, why did you do this? Hey, I have such power. I can use the gun and kill all the people. What do you say, all this? Also, is some part to the height. People are scared. Drug culture. By the time a student completes the 10th class, that's called as a graduation in America, they would have tasted either a major or a minor psychedelic drug. Everybody, 95% of the people. Imagine, even with 0.1% of the people getting stuck with drugs, their life is ruined. This is what's happening in America. You go there and do that. People are crying how to overcome this drug culture. So we had a big international conference 7 years back in Harvard University. We organized in collaboration with Harvard University. The topic was yoga for drug control. Can yoga help in this thing? All the top experts who did a lot of research in drug, they had come and presented what the whole mechanism by which the drug gives you the challenges, and everything was presented very nicely, beautifully, anatomy, physiology, pathophysiology, and what are the medicines, what is the effect of medicine, everything has been put forth. At the end of that, what was the solution? No solution. We don't have solution. National Institute of Health developed what is called NIDA, National Institute of Drug Abuse. They're spending $10 billion on drug. Can we overcome this thing? No solution. We were taken to the next town, next to Boston. And small town, only 15,000 people population. And there were 7 drug de-addiction centers. Huge drug de-addiction centers. In everything, there were 50, 100, 200 people. They were brought there, all drug addicts. 30% of the people in that are all drug addicts. So they're taken care of. And if they improve after 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, they are put back to the society. Again, they get the drugs and they go back. So we met the governor who had come there. and he was literally crying. Every center we are spending $5 million every month. No solution, no solution. You know. Can yoga do something? That is where we went and started training people and started using the yoga as a solution, and a lot of improvements started coming up. 5 to 10% of the people started coming out, within 1 to 2 months. How did this yoga happen? You know, by developing this Daivi Sampat. Daivi Sampat, Asuri Sampat has to be reduced, Daivi Sampat has to be developed. We have to give theory, counseling, and started giving the yoga practices, a lot of pranayama practices, asana practices, kriyas, a lot of kriya practices to cleanse them. It started working wonderfully well. What about in India? When people used to come, they used to see such richness. People were selling gold, silver, diamond, everything in streets. People were so happy, so healthy, and fully in tune with nature. And there is so much of transparency, giving, sharing was so abundant. They were all very healthy, happy, and this thing. So we had the ideal social orders here, bringing harmony, peace, love, affection, health, harmony, everything was put forth. This is the type of ideal society we had to bring. How can they happen? One single step. Everybody should give something. So my appeal to all of you, my dear brothers, sisters, please start giving something. Develop this habit of giving, sharing, dana, dana, dana. And this makes you move from selfishness towards selflessness, less and less selfishness. And this is how you start giving. What you can give, as I said, even a leaf, a flower, cup of water, you start giving. You must develop this habit in all your children right from beginning. This is how happiness starts coming up. Then you realize how happy you are. Happiness starts increasing. The bliss starts growing. More and more bliss. We become happier and happier throughout the day. And this is the dimension that comes up. So the real love will start emerging out of this process of sublimation. When you slow down, Asuri Sampat start becoming Daivi Sampat. And in the encounter, you become very, very happy, blissful, and Prema Bhava starts emerging. So you have to move from Kama to Prema. And there was a very interesting and touching incident that happened in Bihar. Ganga Das. Hear that story. Ganga Das was watering the plants, the posh garden of an international school. Beautiful, big international school, wonderful garden was there, and he was the gardener there. He was watering. It was a hot summer. Heat and dust did not seem to affect him. He was such a dedicated gardener. Then came a peon. Ganga Das, principal madam, wants to see you. Come on, right now. Then the last 2 words, come quickly, urgently, 2 words of the peon had lots of emphasis on them, trying to make it sound like an urgency. Something urgent has happened, it looked like. So what happened? He quickly got up, washed and wiped his hands, and headed towards the principal's chamber. The walk from the garden to the office seemed never-ending, long thing, 100-acre campus. Going from there, slowly he was coming there, ending. But his heart was almost jumping out of the chest. He was getting trembled. What's happening? What is happening? What is he going to do? What is there? Dimension. The walk from the garden to the office seemed never-ending. His heart almost jumping out of his chest. He was trying all the permutation and combination, figuring out as to what has gone wrong, why he is being called. Anything wrong he had done? Something has happened. He was thinking, what has happened? Why she wants him to come so urgently, quickly? Why? He was thinking and thinking. He was a very sincere worker and never shirked from his duties. He reached the place, tuck, 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 knock. Madam, you called me? Yes. Then the principal inside, come in, come inside. An authoritative voice made him further nervous. He started trembling more. How was she? Salt and pepper hair, tied neatly in a French knot. A designed sari, sober and very classic, glasses resting on the bridge of the nose. She pointed out toward the paper. Come here. Take the paper and read. Read what is there in the paper. But, madam, I am an illiterate person. I cannot read English. Ma'am, please forgive me if I have done something wrong. Give me another chance. I am forever indebted to you for allowing my daughter to study in this school free of cost. You have done. So I'm so ever grateful. If I have done something wrong, please forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. I could have never ever dreamt of such a life for my child, for my daughter. Please excuse me if I have done wrong. And he was trembling and trembling. Then the principal, hey, hold on. Why are you thinking of all these things? You're assuming a lot. We allowed your daughter in our school because she is very bright. And you have been a very sincere worker. Yeah. No, I understand you cannot read. So I will call a teacher. She called a teacher. And the teacher will read for you. Okay? Hear what your daughter has written. And she will translate you because you don't understand English. She will read in English and translate you in Hindi. So this letter has been written by your daughter. And I want you to read and understand what she has written. So he calls the teacher. Teacher comes and he starts reading and starts explaining in Hindi. What did read? What was written in the letter? Today we are asked to write about Mother's Day. The daughter has written. We are asked to write an essay. She has written, I belong to a village in Bihar, a small tiny village where medical and education still seem like a far-fetched dream. There are no good schools, there are no big things like that, and things were there. There are no hospitals. Many women die every now and then while giving birth to the children. They have wrong delivery and the mother will die. Same thing happened. My mother was one of them too. She could not even hold me in her arms when I was born. She died. My father was the first person to hold me, or perhaps the only one person. Everyone was sad as I was a girl. And people started saying I had eaten up my own mother. If a girl is born, the villagers, other places say no, that is a big thing that has happened. And not only the girl is born, and she has eaten up the mother. So my dad was instantly asked to remarry. Come on, you have done such a wrong thing. You remarry and produce a son. And his father, that is, girl's grandparents, forced him by giving all logical, illogical, and emotional reasons. Yes, you should marry, otherwise it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. But my father did not budge. Then My grandfathers wanted a grandson. They threatened him to remarry or else he'll be disowned. If you don't remarry, finally we are telling you, if you don't remarry and produce a son, you're out. He did not think twice. He left everything. His acres of land which belonged to him, a good living, comfortable house, cattle, and everything that counts for a good lifestyle in a village. They had everything, fairly rich. Everything he left, taking the baby with him. He came to this huge city with absolutely nothing but me in his arms. Life was tough, but he worked very hard, day and night, raised me with tender love and utmost care. Now I understand why suddenly he developed a dislike for things that I could love to eat. Another particular thing is there which I wanted to eat, then he used to dislike that. When there was only one piece left in the platter, he would say that he hates eating that. Therefore, I could eat and then finish it, considering that he does not like it. But as I grow older now, I realize why he was telling this thing. And what sacrifice he all about. He wanted me to eat, therefore he will not eat. So he will say, I don't like it. He gave me the best possible comforts beyond his capacity. He came to the school, started working as a gardener. The school gave me a shelter, respect, and the biggest gift, an admission to his daughter. And she wrote, if love and care defines a mother, then my father fits in there. If compassion defines a mother, my father fits in well in that category also. If sacrifice defines a mother, my father dominates that category. So in a nutshell, if a mother is made of love, care, sacrifice and compassion, my father is the best mother on earth. Then he wrote, on Mother's Day, I would like to wish my father for being the best parent on earth. I salute him and say it with pride that the hard-working gardener working in this school is my father. He is my father. I'm so proud. I know I may fail this test after my teacher reads this, but this should be a very small price one would pay towards an ode to the selfless love of my father. That's a beautiful letter I wrote. There was a deafening silence in the room. One could only hear the soft sobbing of Gangadas. The harsh sun outside could not dry his clothes with sweat, but soft words of his daughter had soaked his chest with tears. He was standing there with the hands folded, keeping the letter. He took the paper from the teacher's hands, held it close to his heart, and sobbed. Principal got up, offered him a chair, a glass of water, and said something. But strangely, the crispness of her voice, authoritative tone, was taken over by surprising warmth and sweetness. Oh, my dear Gangadhar, my dear Gangadhar, with such sweetness. Gangadhar, your daughter is given 10 out of 10 marks for this beautiful essay. This is the best essay ever written about Mother's Day in the history of this school. We are going to have the Mother's Day. Beautiful event, a gala event we are going to have tomorrow. And the entire school management has decided that you should be the chief guest for the event. This is to honor all the love and sacrifice a man can do to raise his children, to show that you do not have to be a woman to be a perfect parent. And most importantly, this is to reinforce, appreciate, acknowledge the strong belief of your daughter in you, to make her feel proud, to make the entire school feel proud that we have the best parent on earth, as stated by your daughter. It's a real story that happened in Patna. You're a true gardener who is not only looking after the gardens, but also nurturing the most precious flower of your life in such a beautiful way. So the principal asked, so Gangadhar, will you be our chief guest for the event? This is the process of sublimation. To move from the kama to prema. Prema in action. It is this for which India is known. Giving, 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 sacrificing. So this is the technique of bhakti. To convert asuri sampat into daivi sampat through sacrifice, giving. You have to bring this when we sit our bhajans, in the evenings. Invoke that emotion of prema bhava. Simple now nowadays. Ending with Nirvana Chatka, leading to silence. The amount of silence that you get, the amount of bliss that emerges is something fantastic. It's not just mechanical repetition, the bhajans that you should do. You should sing with that bhava. So we have developed that universal prayer. Let us sing the glory of the great Lord Krishna Bhagavan. Keshava Madhava Govinda Keshava Madhava Govinda Keshava Madhava Govinda Madhava Govinda Purna Prajna Ho Govinda Jnana Yogitum Govinda Keshava Madhava Govinda Keshava Madhava Govinda Deva Deva Ho Govinda Bhakti Yogi Tum Govinda Bhakti Data Ho Govinda Keshava Madhava Govinda Keshava Madhava Govinda Samadhi Rupa Ho Govinda Raja Yogi Tum Govinda Yogi Raja Ho Govinda Keshava Madhava Govinda Keshava Madhava Govinda Arya Kushala Ho Govinda Karma Yogi Tum Govinda Karma Yogi Ho Govinda Keshava Madhava Govinda Krishna is the embodiment of Jnana Yogi, Raja Yogi, Bhakti Yogi and Karma Yogi. Having had this total mastery on all the four streams of yoga, what did he do? Dharma Sthapaka Govinda Dharma Rakshaka Govinda Dharma Murti Ho Govinda His whole life is an embodiment, manifestation to establish the Dharma, to remove the Asuri Sampat and to build the Daivi Sampat throughout the society, to build ideal social orders. And that is the grandeur of the direction that Bhagavad Gita gives us and Krishna Bhagavan has given. Therefore, when an Honorable Prime Minister became the president of the chairman of the G20, what did he say? What is the direction that G20 has to give for all the 20 countries to build ideal social orders? How? To build this Prema Bhava. So Vivekananda said it's universal brotherhood. And Modi ji said, one society, one family, one world. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world should become one family. How? Building peace, harmony, love, affection, this thing. Bringing Daivi Sampat into us. That is the dimension that has been talked about in the Bhakti Yoga. So in gaining the mastery over the mind, the first step itself can build ideal social orders. This is the message that has been given in Gita by Krishna Bhagavan, and as a result, this is being spread throughout the world. How? Bhakti Yoga. No? Yoga, yoga, yoga. Yoga is not merely asana as I have understood now. Yoga is a science of holistic living. It is to raise ourselves from our normal level to become great, super divine human beings and reach that ultimate reality of moksha. Infinite power, infinite knowledge, infinite power, infinite freedom. Bring that grand Atma Swarupa to our life. Swami Vivekananda said, manifest that divinity is the goal in life. Day by day must increase our bliss, knowledge, power, and freedom. Says. So with that, we'll close today's session and take things further next Saturday. Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyet Dukkham Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. If there are any questions, probably we can address them.
No internet today. No internet for me. Only yours is working.
Okay.
It's time if you want to listen.
If anybody has any questions, you can talk.
Thank
you. Thank you. You can read so that everybody will see that very slowly.
So we have these questions that I'll read out slowly. This is from Anil Ji. The name is Anil. Anil.
How to differentiate
how
between
normal human beings differentiate between a person talking nicely about highest
state, but not the not have gone to this or
yes, please, sir. Sorry.
Action.
Are you a doctor?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
How we normal human beings can differentiate between a person talking nicely about highest state, but not in unison with all pervading reality, and the person in unison that is differentiating between a Sadguru and a hypocrite.
That's what Mahatma Gandhi said. What is the message? Whatever I think I do, whatever I talk, I'm going to show that in action. So in action, it should be shown. Then the things will be put. Kaya, Vacha, Manasa. All the three things should happen. Whatever at the mind level, this should come. That's how we have to do these things. Otherwise, it will be only in terms of talking and to do different things. Wrong question. Make it short. Wrong question, no?
Yes,
Here, anything is the fit?
Yes,
Please finish.
the first one, Guruji. The first one.
since she mentioned about
Thoughts.
thoughts from Vijnanamaya Kosha, which
Prana
which
does
prana?
emotions generate and propagate.
Yeah, in Vijnanamaya Kosha, the thoughts start coming up, thinking starts, chittavritti start coming up. When it comes to the Manomaya Kosha, the thoughts get grossified in terms of the speeded up thoughts. The speed will increase. There, everything is in a good balance. Imbalances start, speeding up takes place, which converts themselves into emotions. It is the imbalances and it is the speed that comes up. And the wrong knowledge that starts coming up. The avidya. All these things percolate them down into the manomaya kosha to cause emotions. How can we develop bhakti and bhakti yoga skills among children? As I said, the first step is to convert the Asuri Sampath into Daivi Sampath. Develop the Daivi Sampath, sharing, giving. In children, every day you should start giving something. If the children is made to give, then they develop this thing. Bhakti yoga start coming up. And we should also start bringing about dimensions. I will give an example of one of our friend. His son was very fond of milk chocolate. And he used to eat one, two, even three. He can eat, the boy. Therefore, how to build this dimension to reduce his greed, which is wanting to this, he is becoming slave to the desire. How to convert that? He thought of nice idea. Okay, dear, I will give you two milk chocolate today. Our friend is coming from outside. One chocolate you give it to him, one chocolate you eat. He said, yes, okay, I can do. So he started. As soon as the guest came, he gave one chocolate. This became a habit. Anybody who comes, friend, he will give one chocolate. Then he said, see, nowadays you are eating too much chocolate. So give half chocolate to the person who comes, half you eat. Then he started doing that thing. Half chocolate. A day came within about 3 to 4 months, then he will give the chocolate to the person who would come and will not have chocolate himself. This is how he got control. Dhamma started coming up, and daya, compassion, and love started emerging, and giving aspect started coming up. This is how we have to develop in the children the habit of giving and giving. You know, in the name of achievements, higher standards of living, parents are mainly giving material pleasures to children. How can we educate the parents? Correct. This is the main thing that is happening today. So parents are thinking if we give them material comfort, they will be very happy. But this is where we have to give the understanding that material comforts you may have lost, but still you may be very miserable. You may not be happy at all. Therefore, it's very necessary that you give the real dimension that is needed. That is asking them to share. You have to move from Asuri Sampat to Daivi Sampat. Start asking them to give and develop themselves. When this happens, then there is going to be transformation that comes and the children will grow wonderfully well. This is what we are doing in all the schools. When we started this journey way back in 1975-76 in Arunachal Pradesh, children were made to develop this habit of giving and giving. And they will work together and see that they mutually help each other, serve each other, and then communicate each other to develop themselves as a community. It's not only giving a flower or a leaf or money or food, even education. Somebody is weak in mathematics, other people is to come and then teach the children and then stay growing. Somebody is not so good in history, somebody is not so good in the singing, somebody is not so good in sports. They all is to work together as a wonderful community and see that they start growing by giving, and mutually working together. This is what we want to do in the Himalaya Yoga Olympiad. Himalaya Yoga Olympiad, we have younger to the elder group. Entire groups are there, several groups. And they all have to work together, and we have the team assessment. Just like in a cricket, they have the bowlers and the batsmen and the fielders and the wicket keepers. Everybody has to work together as a synergetic whole to make the thing win. Even if one person fails and these things, he drops the things, it can cause hazards that we have seen. Therefore, working together, cooperation is the key feature of the dimension that comes. So most of the time, bhakti is associated with religious practices, puja, without the emotional culture of Devi Sampat development. How to correct them? This is where we have to bring about the changes in our temples, in our pujas and other things. We should do really with the bhakti bhava. If the bhakti bhava is not there, and if it is done very mechanically, doing everything very mechanically, it doesn't serve the purpose. So giving with full heart, with the bhava, and doing the puja with bhava is very, very essential. As educator, how can we educate society about benefits of practicing bhakti yoga? So this has to be incorporated into the education system. This is what we have been doing, bringing the dimension of the bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga has not only dimension of giving, which we are talking, Asuri Sampat, Daivi Sampat, it has a number of other dimensions which will bring a lot of happiness, bliss, and gaining control and mastery over different emotions. Anger, greed, jealousy, hatred, infatuation, all should be reduced, and giving and sharing and calmness, peace, bliss, happiness, to be happy all the time, to make the children always be happy, smiling and smiling and smiling, not get tensed up, not get stressed up. This is the way that we have to bring in. For that, we have developed a large number of Krida Yoga, the yogic games, by which you will be able to see that the children will grow wonderfully well. This we have incorporated in the things. This is how Bhakti Yoga is not only the aspect of puja or going to the temple or offering the worship. That is one part. A person may not go to temple at all, but still he can be a great bhakta. So having faith in God is not a mandate. About that we are going to talk later on in the next session. Therefore, what is needed is the mastery over the emotions, raised from Asuri Sampat to Daivi Sampat, from Kama to Prema. This has to be brought forth in all aspects in our education system. Thank you very much. And to show how can we educate society about benefits of practicing Bhakti Yoga. It has to be brought into education system, and we have to show how by giving we build ideal social orders and to be brought forth in the encounter.
Some questions here, Guruji. Can I read?
Too long. What is the
Yes,
time now?
Guruji, I got the short.
Time?
Three
Time?
questions. Time is 13 past 8,
8:30
Guruji.
past.
13.
I think we should close because 8:13 already. You have to go for breakfast and others. Thank you all very much, and we'll meet. We'll take up these questions in the next class and do that. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir.
Bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyet dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, Usha Rajkumar. Nice meeting you. Sham Sundar.
Thank you, Guruji.
Rishikesh.
Next time you're
Thank
here.
you. Thank you all for joining.
Guruji,